Duelists, we're finishing Branded Week by taking the two most powerful engines and just smushing them together. Branded Adventure. Branded Adventure. First, a quick moment of silence. Pour one out for the cutest water enchantress of the temple. Going down to 1. And the deck. You guys know the drill by now. Branded Fusion is a hell of a card. The Fallen of Albaz Fusion monsters are all hells of a cards. Let's just put Adventure in there so we get free extra stuff. Now, I think the biggest part about this is that we have to be very wary using our normal summon, because when you activate Rite of Era's Mirror, you cannot use the effects of monsters unless they were special summoned. We have plenty of ways to do that. Obviously, we have things like Branded Opening, Branded and Reds, we can just fire Branded Fusion, but that's really one of the things that we just have to play around. The other great thing is that a lot of the cards that require us to discard, such as Branded Opening, such as Lubellion on summon, we can discard things like a Dracoback and then equip it to an adventure token that we've already made, or discard a Water Enchantress, which we can then banish from the grave to start the adventure line. So there's some synergy there, but otherwise the deck is fairly straightforward. We're just playing all the best cards. Extra deck is pretty straightforward as well. Only big difference is we're not playing Proskenion or Starving Venom, and instead we've got a Predaplant Verte Anaconda, because that can send Branded Fusion, you know, and a lot of times being able to do the adventure line, you can make Predaplant very easily. We've got Link Spider just for Nibiru tokens, as well as a Dark the Dark Charmer, which is just kind of some tech in this meta, being able to steal dark monsters from your opponent's graveyard, especially if they're going to be a Fallen of Albaz fusion target, is going to be absolutely insane. So put that in there as well. But otherwise, the deck is very straightforward and simple. Let's get into some games. Alrighty, first game, stellar hand, absolutely stellar hand. Ooh, up against Swordsoul though. This might be difficult. We'll see what we can do here. They're gonna go for Moye, get the token, go into the Chi-Xiao. Say it with me, all. Chain Link. Now, see, that's a mistake. I don't have Ash to punish it, but they should have Chain Link 1, Chi-Xiao, Chain Link 2, Moye. Adding a Long Wand, pitching the Moye. There's Long Wand, get the token. We're going into Baron. Trigger Long Wand, we're going to get burned for 12. Okay. Standard plays, but not the worst board to get through. That's a great draw. Holy crap. Alright, let's fire the Enchantress just to see if we can bait a negate. We do. We do indeed bait the negate. Alright, normal summon a Luber. Let's add the Branded Fusion. They did not elect to negate with the Chi-Xiao. Interesting. Alright, let's fire the Branded Fusion. We'll go into Lubellion. Okay, there's Lubellion. We will attempt... we're going to pitch the cross out. I don't think that's going to be too relevant in this. Chainlink 1 Lubellion. Chainlink 2 Tragedy. Now they are going to negate. Okay, so no fusion summon for us. We will get to add off the Tragedy, though, which is good. We'll get the Comedy just to protect in case they try to destroy our Luber with the Baron. And we'll set 2 and pass. I don't think I played that optimally, but... you know, it is. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Our opponent is standby phase, activating the Baron effect to tag out. They have made a grave mistake. We're gonna call by the grave the Moye, which is the target for the Baron, and they're not gonna have a Baron or a Moye. Wild. I've never seen anyone in my life activate the Baron effect, and they got egregiously punished. They're going to go Ecclesia into Taya. Taya can banish. They could go for a Baxia here, which actually would be able to spin back 2 of our Luber and our Lubellion. No, they're just going to banish with the Vishuda. Okay. Alright, so Vishuda out. Going into Draco Berserker or the Tenyi. That's problematic for sure. That'll be able to banish a monster when we activate a monster effect. It won't negate the effect, but it will banish the monster. And we do want bodies on field for fusion summoning. Alright, we're going to take a bit of damage. Going down a bit low, but... I have hope. What can we get off the top? Come on. Literally the best draw on the deck. Let's go Tragedy. Banishing Tragedy will allow us to actually set the Branded Infusion. Activate the Branded Opening, sending the Branded Infusion that we just drew. Now we can go for a Luber. They will elect to banish. Now, this is not going to stop our Luber, though. We go like that. We can go for Branded in red, now that we've got plenty of things in the grave. Let's go for Branded Fusion. Here's Lubellion. Are they going to negate? Pitching the Comedy. All right, they will negate. Now, this is a super cool play that we can do. Chainlink 3, Branded in Red. Branded in Red will return us the Fallen of Albaz, and then we'll actually be able to fusion summon with the Fallen of Albaz and the Lubellion on the field. Thus, the Lubellion leaving the field will not get negated by the Chi-Xiao because it's no longer a face-up monster that we control. We can go into Mirror Jade, which will allow us to both banish the Draco Berserker as well as attack over the Chi-Xiao. And let's go for Masquerade, because if they're going to be activating all sorts of Swordsoul effects, we want to be making sure that they're paying the tax. All right, so we'll send Albion. Standard plays, right? We want to set at end of turn. Banishing the Draco Berserker, don't have to worry about that anymore. The Blackout, since it was banished, will get them a token, but we can at least clear their board and make them work for any plays that they might have coming up. All right, Albion trigger. Masquerade trigger, because they're going to go for it. They're actually going to Gamma the Albion. Interesting, but I guess that cuts us off of a Branded Red or Branded Fusion. But I'm just kind of glad to have another card out of their hand. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do with 2 cards. Or 3, really. Looks like they don't know either. They scoop it up. Easy peasy. Wow, this is a phenomenal hand. Look at that one of Pot of Prosperity actually coming in clutch here. Opponent on Earth Machine, as their name suggests. Okay, so they're going to go for the Machina Fortress. They're going to activate the Crystron Engrave, adding a Crystron to hand. They're going to normal summon that. That will add them another special summon a Crystron from deck. So I'm going to imperm that and hope that they don't have a tuner yet, and they don't have Xyz fodder. So they're going to set one and pass. All right, crisis successfully averted. Now, we got to really think about how we want to sequence this. First, we're going to go Branded Opening. Like I said, we can pitch the Water Enchantress. We'll get the Aluber. Aluber will trigger. They're going to go for Imperm on our Aluber. Okay. So, this is unfortunate, but we still definitely have plays, for sure. Let's go Enchantress. Activate, adding the right. Now, notice we special summon the Aluber, so we can still get the right. But let's go Pot, sending basically like one of each, plus the Link Spider and the Dark. We're not going to need those in these matchups. Well, Branded Fusion is the name of the game. Let's add that bad boy. We can go for right here. I just want to, you know, get our engine online and further insulate our plays. Setting the Adventure. We'll Branded Fusion. Lubellion here. We can pitch the trap. Don't need that right now. Adventure is going to trigger. Oh, and our opponent will scoop it up. Could have went Adventure, add Draco back, activate Adventure. After that, adding Griffin, discarding Draco back, equipping to the token. Would have been able to bounce the Fortress, as well as continue our Branded Fusion type plays with the Lubellion. Perfect. Alrighty. Opponents on Evilswarm. Sure. There's Ophion. Yep, you got it. You got it. Are you gonna search? Nope, you're not gonna search. Negate. And and that's all she wrote. Okay. There's a right on time. Get to see what I did there. Activate right. Get a token. There's the Adventure. Activate the Adventure. Opponent goes to Ash. Sure. We'll Branded Opening. And we'll be able to pitch the Draco back here. And since we have the token, we'll actually be able to equip, which is going to be great. There's the Aluber. Ash resolves. Yeah, sure. Negate the Adventure. And, yeah. I don't think Evilswarms are where you wanted to be, buddy. But, you know. There was the setup, at least. That's in theory what the deck is trying to do on our end. And that's the deck. Simple, straightforward. Took the 2 best packages in the meta right now and just made a baby with them. I think it's my least favorite version of the branded things that we've done throughout Branded Week here. But that's just because it's so standard. It's so streamlined. It's so... Here you go. I prefer just Tri-Brigade because it's cool. It's Tri-Brigade, it's different. And I prefer the Branded Despia just because, even though it's not as consistent, there's more plays to be had. Branded Adventure, great way to finish off Branded Week. I'm sure I'll be playing a bunch more with the Branded and Despia cards in the future, but for now, we're going to take a look at other archetypes next week. Shorter video today. Feeling a little sick and tired. I put the banlist video out. I stayed up late for that, so carry on. Harass the meta with Branded. Joel's out.